Well, with the launch of GTA 6 pre-orders, we got info on the monetization of the base game and the Ultimate Edition for the game, and it has people in the gaming sphere upset, and rightfully so. In this video, I'll be talking about how this is just emblematic of everything wrong with the gaming industry in 2026. There's a wonderful tweet from Ben at Videotech summarizing all the info, so in order to understand what is on offer from the GTA 6 pre-order, I'll just be reading some of this verbatim so we can understand the context, and then I'll give my thoughts on all the predatory shit that Rockstar is doing. The base game is $80 US, up 10 from the traditional $70 US AAA game price. Only Mario Kart World has ever launched a base game at $80, but you could get it for $50 when bundled with a Switch 2 purchase, which is probably how 95% of people bought the game. I'm not going to bat for Nintendo here, I'm just giving some context around the price point. Where with Rockstar, this is the minimum that any player will pay to play the game. Obviously, this game has been in development for over a decade and has a rumored budget around $2 billion, so I expect the game will be extremely high quality, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still the most expensive base game we've ever seen. Xbox tried to capitalize on the Mario Kart pricing by pricing, of all games, Outer Worlds 2 at $80 US. Just a random run-of-the-mill game that they tried to justify as $80 because Mario Kart temporarily moved the needle on game pricing. They had to walk this back because it was just a stupid greedy decision with no actual reasoning, but with GTA 6, it is helping to normalize higher priced games. Executives are praying for this to be the new norm, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Regardless, this is the first title to be at the $80 price point, and I'm sure will be an inflection point for the future price of AAA games before long. The Ultimate Edition is $100 US. To give some context, the base game will likely be around $115 Canadian, and Ultimate will be around $142. So my guess is they'll round up at $120 and $150. We'll know tomorrow when pre-orders are live in Canada, but that's a hell of a lot of money to pay for a video game. Pre-orders go live at midnight local time, so in some places around the world, this is already live, and likely by the time you watch this video, they will be live. Physical disc copies will come with a code only, and your copy will arrive on November 12th to ensure you can pre-download the game. So for some added context here, I don't know the validity of this, but Gaming Central made a post showing that the approximate size of the game is 677 gigabytes. It could just be a troll, we don't know if this is true, but it brings up another great point about modern gaming, and how they refuse to optimize games, and many games are releasing with massive storage requirements. This, all at a time when buying digital storage is at all-time high thanks to AI and the absurd pricing of components. We just had the Steam Machine reveal, and its price is astronomical for a console that looks to run games no better than a base PS5. This shit is just getting so out of hand. Again, we don't know what the size of the game will be, but I suspect it will be massive, which is just another thing that sucks about modern AAA games. It's getting ridiculous. Every Call of Duty now is like 250 gigabytes. It's crazy. But now let's get back to the bigger point. You don't get a physical disc with your so-called physical version. So how the hell is that a physical copy? Because you get a fucking box? Bullshit. I was going to buy this game on physical as I purposely bought a PS5 with a disc drive, and I figured this would be the last physical purchase that I ever make, as I basically only buy games on Steam now, and this game does not come out for PC on release. Which is yet another issue. They do this so that they can double dip and sell people a copy on both console and PC. I would 100% buy this game on PC were it available, but I figured, hey, the silver lining is I'll at least just buy the disc version so that I have a physical copy of a game that is sure to be an all-time great. But nope, they're doing this for a couple reasons. First, it just saves them money not having to print out discs, but there's actually a more insidious reason. As stated in this tweet, the download code that comes in the physical version is one-time use. As they point out, your game loses all value once activated. You cannot loan it to friends or sell it secondhand. You'll be forced to buy a brand new version of the game every time. This move away from actual physical copies of games only hurts consumers in every way and only stands to benefit the shareholders and people making the games. It's just another blow to the already hurting video game consumer. It's also a reason why the Stop Killing Games movement is so important, but sadly, it's another blow to the effort. Being digital only means you don't really own the game, you just have a license to play it. A license that they can pull from you at any time for any reasons. Consumers have very little protection. They say that you can upgrade to the Ultimate Edition at any time if you own the Standard Edition with an add-on pack. So let's talk about the Ultimate Edition. You get some exclusive haircuts, tattoos, vehicles, etc. All things that I could absolutely live without. In fact, in my life, I've never bought an Ultimate Edition for any single game. I don't care about cosmetics, and that is all that these things ever really offer. However, Rockstar pulls another sneaky trick that studios have been doing for a while now. At the very end, they include additional game content that unlocks throughout the story. I played a lot of Destiny in my life, and Bungie is notorious for this shit. They used to have shader bundles, and I loved having nice shaders. It's like the one thing I ever cared to purchase with Bright Dust or Silver. But what they did at a certain point is they added an exclusive shader into some bundle package with a bunch of other crap most people don't care about. You want this cool shader? Well, buy all this other stuff then. It allows them to charge more for less, cause hey, look at all this stuff you're getting with the shader, when in reality, all you want is the shader, so now you're paying more for it. Rockstar is doing the same. They're bundling in all kinds of stuff that most actual gamers wouldn't care about, but what do gamers really like? Gameplay. Well, now you can't experience all the missions in the game unless you fork over an additional $20 US. Sure, you get all that other stuff to make it look like there's more value there, but ultimately, you're just buying it for one thing, additional game content. And this goes back to another thing that sucks about modern gaming. So many things are piecemealed now. Again, Bungie used to do this shit a lot. They had PlayStation exclusive weapons and strikes. So if you wanted the complete Destiny experience, you should buy it on PlayStation. They went away from this later down the line, but the point is, it's one example of many among modern games. You get incomplete experiences just so they can charge you more. Nintendo recently released a Pokemon game, and before the game was even out, they announced DLC for it. If the DLC was announced before release, then surely that content was complete. So now they can sell you a game at $70, aka full price, and then still get more out of you by charging another $30 for DLC, when really, that was just cut content in the first place. It always should have been there, but they intentionally withheld that content just to charge you more. Elden Ring is a full and complete experience, and then they charge more for Shadow of the Erdtree, which is also a full and complete expansion or DLC. That is fully justified. It has loads of more content at a fair price. With Rockstar and the Pokemon example, that is just them intentionally holding back content to charge you more. It should just be in the game, but they do this because they know it will make a huge amount of people spend $20 more than they would have on the game. Myself included. The one thing that I'll always pay for is gameplay because I want a complete experience, but it doesn't mean this practice isn't scummy. Again, it's just indicative of the way the industry's going. They create the problem to sell you the solution. Just like everything in this modern capitalist hellscape. You don't want ads? Then pay us more. It's fucking nauseating. Speaking of ads, I mentioned how they said that you can upgrade to the Ultimate Edition at any time. So here's how it's going to play out. I can live without the additional tattoos and haircuts. Like, if I walked into a salon and there was a lock symbol beside some haircut that said requires Ultimate Edition, I wouldn't give a shit. But that is not how Rockstar is doing it, at least I don't think. They state that the actual shops are locked behind the Ultimate Edition. So basically, you'll walk up, try to go into one of these places, and it will say that you need the Ultimate Edition to access this place of business. That's so fucking annoying, and it's immersion breaking. It will pop up an ad to say, buy the Ultimate Edition now. Again, Bungie was also notorious for this type of shit. They would have a destination or dungeon or something on the main director hub, but if you clicked on it, you wouldn't have access, and then it would say to buy the dungeon key now. It was basically an in-game advertisement. Again, games used to be fully complete on launch. Now they gate content behind paywalls instead of progression walls. I missed when you used to earn unique haircuts or clothing or tattoos or whatever from high-level gameplay and completing unique challenges. Now the only barrier is you and your credit card. Swipe and you can earn this loot. It's just so fucking sickening how greedy this industry has become. Selling millions of copies isn't enough anymore. You have to nickel and dime at every available opportunity. And surprisingly, it gets worse. Rockstar's stock fell because investors were mad they aren't charging $100 US for the base game. We need to get non-gamers out of gaming ASAP. Executives and shareholders don't give a fuck about good games, they just care about money. But as I just illustrated, they have done so many scummy things with the Ultimate Edition that if you want to play the complete game, most people are going to just buy the $100 version anyways. But shareholders are fucking idiots who don't understand that. They just think, hey, charge more money, you'll make more. Share price must go up. In fact, I would actually rather the base game just be $100 and include all this shit, and we can just skip the manipulative price gouging tactics altogether. At least it would be more respectful. A fair product for a fair, albeit high price. But no, they have to do every psychological tactic in the book to get you to pay more instead. Want another one? This one's super insidious. Apparently, as soon as you pre-order, you get 1 month free of GTA Plus, but it auto-renews unless you cancel it. So how many people are going to not read the fine print or check their credit card statement and not realize that they're being charged for a service that they don't use? I don't know about you, but I haven't played GTA 5 in over a decade. I have no desire to have GTA Plus. I looked it up and it's $10.99 a month. So how many people are going to get into that ecosystem and not realize, so that is just money in Rockstar's pockets, all because they bundled the bare minimum into the pre-order deal so that they can get a bunch more on the back end. Again, people pre-ordering this game, by and large, don't give a fuck about GTA Plus. They are pre-ordering to play GTA 6. But now, at best, they'll all have to jump through hoops to cancel a service that they don't even want. Like, it's always super obnoxious and cumbersome to cancel things. They don't make it easy to get out, yet they automatically opt you in. Or at worst, you'll get charged for a service that you don't even use and don't want because you didn't even realize it was part of the pre-order bundle. It's so scummy. And again, we've seen this tactic in many other areas of our lives. Sign up for this free offer. Oh, but first you have to enter your credit card info. I know Adobe is the absolute worst for trying to cancel their product. That shit should be illegal, man. All of this isn't even to mention all of Rockstar's terrible crunch practices and their union busting and anti-worker policies. Yes, Rockstar makes great games, but everything else about them fucking sucks. And this pre-order fiasco is them just going full mask off and just showing everyone how greedy they really are. And the worst part is, it doesn't matter. You are buying the game, I'm buying the game. They do this because they know that they can get away with it. I'm just yelling into the void. The vast majority of people who buy GTA 6 don't watch gaming YouTube. They aren't familiar with the litany of issues at Rockstar or the gaming space as a whole. They're people with busy lives who just want a fun game to play. I know this because I'm friends with a lot of casual gamer dads in real life. They buy COD every year and they buy Rockstar games once a decade. It's hilarious GTA 6 is coming out at the end of another console generation just like GTA 5 did with the PS3. That game lasted 3 console generations. GTA 6 will be around for the PS7 and the PS6 isn't even out yet, which is yet another indictment of the gaming industry. The development budgets, and worse, the timelines, have exploded to astronomical degrees. I played countless GTA games with friends growing up. 3, Vice City, San Andreas, those came out in like a 4-year span. Those are core memories. There are gamers who have never even seen a GTA release in their lifetime, and by the time the next one rolls around, they will be the casual gamer dads as well. I have no doubt GTA 6 will be a good game, but these timelines have to get reduced, man. We used to get a Halo trilogy or a God of War trilogy, and half the time it takes to pump out one of those games now. It's absurd. You can't really become a fan of franchises anymore, as no games release on a cadence fast enough to get people invested in a reasonable amount of time. The same goes for TV shows. 8 episodes every 2 fucking years? We're cooked, dude. Oh, and one more thing that sucks with GTA 6 is there have been no actual gameplay reveals. We just had the E3 season a couple weeks ago with Sony, Xbox, Nintendo, and Summer Games Fest. The vast majority of those reveals showed little to no gameplay. It was all cinematic trailers. Like, bitch, I want to know how the game plays. That being said, we pretty much know how GTA plays, and I'm sure it will be much of the same from GTA 5, but it'll just look better and hopefully feel better. But it's going to be a lot of mowing down pedestrians and cars and shooting up neighborhoods. But the point stands that we haven't really seen any gameplay of this game, which again is par for the course with all these modern game reveals, and I'm just tired of it. And that's pretty much my rant. Rockstar is using every scummy monetization practice in the books on GTA 6, and it just sucks to see. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below, and thanks for watching if you're still here, or rather listening. Take care.